Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Classic FuDdLoRe. I'm Mike B, coming at you from Mommy's basement as always, and today we're going to be talking about the awesome FuDdLoRe trope of why do you need a high capacity clip? And it's usually followed up with something like, oh, are the deers shooting back? If you can't get it in one shot, then why bother? Oh, those are what those gosh darn mass shooters always use because then they don't have to reload, you know. And it's all about shot placement and where you hit your target. And if you're going to need more than one round, that's probably because y'all ain't carrying a 45. Why do y'all need a high capacity clip? I got a couple of answers for that. One, because I fucking can. I don't live in a state that, likes to put stupid restrictions that don't reduce crime at all on their citizens. So Wisconsin's also, it's pretty good for gun laws, to tell you the truth, and anything like accessories with it. So I don't live in a stupid state. I know there's only a few of them, and it sucks for you guys living there because it really doesn't make a difference in gun crime. Like statistically, it's insane. You can do a Google search and check that out. But I happen to live in a state that respects people's rights and doesn't make stupid fucking laws about an inanimate object. So, yeah, because I can own these. They're cool. I like them. They're affordable. They're cheap. Or I just said that. That's really redundant. But I mean, they're just neat. These are like $8 for the HEK G3. It's amazing. And kind of going along with that, they're not really technically high capacity assault clips, or whatever the fuck they call them, banana clips, you name it. For these military style sporting rifles, whatever you want to fucking call them, the military style rifles, right? 20 to 30 rounds has been the standard basically since they started using magazines in the 1900s, I guess, 19 teens. The Browning automatic rifle, 20 round magazine. It's just stuff like that. So 20 to 30 rounds has been a standard, so I'd consider it a standard capacity magazine, so your terminology is a little bit off because you don't actually know what the flying fuck you're talking about. But okay. Also, it's because I like to shoot targets, and I really enjoy being a fat, lazy fuck and being really good at being a fat, lazy fuck. So I don't like to reload every 3 to 5 rounds if I'm on the bench shooting, trying to improve my basic marksmanship skills with breathing, trigger squeeze, shot placement, it's just all that stuff, trying to get the consistent group going. I don't want to sit there and have to break what's working for me every 3 to 5 rounds just because, think of the children. Like, that's not how it works. They're designed with 20 or 30 rounds for a reason. They're not too heavy. They're not, it's not like having a belt-fed weapon. You do have to reload. It just allows you a little bit more time to, have decent shot placement at the range when you're shooting targets. And then along with that, I like to do shooting competitions sometimes. Like 3-gun competitions where there's usually more than 3 to 5 targets per stage that you have to hit with a rifle. Now you can use one of your little fan-dangled bolt-action rifles or your, semi-automatic, no, they don't have semi-autos, or your pump or your break-action shotgun or whatever, which you probably wouldn't be at a 3-gun competition anyway because that's mean and you're training for, mass shooting is according to you with that logic. But no, you can do a 3-gun with a shitty couple hunting rifles, I guess, or whatever you want to call them. You're not going to do very well. You're not going to place very well, but I like to try to do my best. So I'm going to use a high capacity, standard capacity, 20 to 30 round magazine, depending on what rifle I decide to use, because it helps. If I miss the target, I can quickly follow it up without having to reload, etc., etc. I mean, I've justified that reason enough. And kind of the fifth counter to this is, why the fuck is it any of your business how many rounds my magazines hold? Really, what is that? Here's the thing. You're free to do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting anybody, right? And that's kind of the basic premise that the country was founded on. Don't fuck around with other people. Do what you want. There you go. So if I'm not hurting anybody, and I have no plans to, like 99.9% of firearm owners in the United States don't ever have a plan to harm somebody, why should you be allowed to say what I can and cannot have? I don't care if you own your little, wooden and steel firearms. That's your preference. You're free to do whatever you want. You can own as few or as many of them as you want. Don't tell me that I can't own something because you don't understand why I would want it. I don't understand why you would only want a double barrel shotgun in your house and that's it. And if you're gonna use something, I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. But also, I'm not telling you that I think AR-15s should be mandated and mandatory in every single house. So why the fuck are you so worried about what I'm doing when I'm not hurting you in the fucking least? And 99.9% of people in the United States are not going to fucking hurt you in the least and own these same, high capacity magazines. That's just what I don't understand about this whole thing. A lot of FUDs, it's an attitude. I think somebody commented in one of the videos. It's more of an attitude about like, oh, well, I don't really give a shit about any legislation because it doesn't apply to me. And, but I do care that we get these off the streets because think of the children because I don't use them and I don't understand them, then they shouldn't be legal because think of the children. That kind of I don't want to say logic, but it is technically logic that they're using is what irritates me. Again, I don't want to tell them what they can and cannot have and what they should and shouldn't be able to own. No, if they're not going to be hurting anybody, who gives a fuck? So shut up, stop supporting the legislation that does this shit in those states, and then you're going to be less of a FUD, and the world will be a better place, or this country will be a better place. So yeah, these are the few arguments that I have to kind of rebut the FUDs. It's probably not as complete as I'd like, but just figured I'd address this because I'm sure you guys have heard the same thing. I've literally heard this asked to me at a range several times at several different places. Why do you need a magazine or a clip that big? It's always a clip. And here's the answers. When usually I look at them with a dumbfounded face and I go, because I can. And then they go, oh, you're one of those. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just don't want to fucking explain this to you right now. So anyway, I know that's got its own problem, not wanting to explain it, but when you're dealing with a lot of morons, it kind of wears on you when you just want to go out and shoot. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you got any other suggestions for classic FuDdLoRe that you've heard, throw them down in the comments. I'll try to get to them. I'll try to remember your name. If not, yeah, that's fine. You can just enjoy watching the video. If you consider becoming a supporter on Patreon, the link to that is in the description. It's $1 a month, $12 a year. $5 a month or more gets you into my Discord server, which is pretty cool. It's interactive. I have a lot of fun on there. It's really a neat time. But yeah, so the link to that is in the description. Helps me buy cool things like this to make videos on. If not, that's totally cool. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of Classic FuDdLoRe. That's about all I've got for this one. Fuckity bye.